Knowledge is powerful. Learning changes lives, and developing the mind can transform a person's future. Some wish they had more money. Others wished they had better connections. Some wish they had more talent. Others wish they had a different background. But you have a brain, Ben. You have a brain. Many people are waiting for a miracle, but sometimes the miracle is already inside them, waiting to be developed. Ben Carson is known today as one of the world's most respected neurosurgeons. He performed surgeries that many doctors thought were impossible. He became a best-selling author, a national leader, a source of inspiration for millions. But none of that was obvious when he was a child. In fact, if you met young Ben Carson, you probably would not have predicted greatness. Yes. He grew up in poverty. His family struggled financially. Life was far from easy. And a young boy, he often felt powerless. But one person refused to accept that poverty would determine his future. His mother. She had only gone to school for a few years. She couldn't read well. She worked long hours cleaning houses to support her family. Many people would have looked at her circumstances and concluded that success was impossible. But she believed something different. She believed that God had given every human being a brain. And if that brain was used properly, extraordinary things could happen. That belief became the foundation of everything she taught her sons. She constantly reminded them, Ben, you have a brain. Use it. At first, those words may have sounded simple, but they carried a profound truth. She understood that the difference between success and failure often begins with how a person thinks, not where they start, not how much money they have, not who their parents are, but how they use the mind God has given them. Imagine hearing that message every day while living in difficult circumstances, while watching others have more opportunities, while feeling limited by your environment. Yet, Ben's mother kept repeating the same lesson. You have a brain, Ben. You have a brain. Use it. She refused to let her children see themselves as victims. She refused to let poverty define her identity. She refused to allow excuses to become their lifestyle. Instead, she challenged them to think, to learn, and to grow. To use what God had already placed inside them. And because of that mindset, Ben Carson eventually achieved things that seemed impossible. Now, let's bring this lesson to you. Think about your current situation. Maybe you are a student struggling academically. Maybe you are trying to build a career. Maybe you are starting a business. Maybe you are facing challenges that seem overwhelming. Ask yourself this question. Am I focusing more on my limitations than my potential? That's what many people do. They spend hours thinking about what they don't have. What if you spent that same energy developing what you do have? The possibilities might be far greater than you realize. Now, think about this. The same brain that solved complex medical problems for Ben Carson is a brain that once belonged to a little boy growing up in poverty. The brain didn't suddenly appear. It was there all along. The difference was learning how to use it, waiting to be challenged, waiting to be used. Your future may not depend on receiving something new. It may depend on fully using what you've already been given. You have a brain. It's not really about intelligence. It's about responsibility. God has given each of us abilities, potential, talent, a mind capable of learning. The question is not whether you have potential. The question is whether you will develop it. Your brain is one of the most valuable assets you possess. Protect it. Feed it with good information. Challenge it. Train it. Use it wisely, because the quality of your thinking often determines the quality of your future.